Komodo dragons are cold-blooded reptiles. They are considered a prehistoric species that has survived to this day and is also on the verge of extinction. 30 moments Komodo predators can catch wild horses. See what they do. The prey the Komodo was aiming for today was this horse that was standing all alone. It rushed to bite the horse's leg so that the venom slowly absorbed into the horse's limbs. Just a few more minutes and we will see that the horse has no strength left to kick its legs like now. Now the Komodo just enjoys his meal. These lions seem to be interested in the appearance of a lizard. A lion in the herd even approached and stroked the lizard like a smaller object to be cherished. The lizard is extremely wary of these lions. When the lions approach it, it aggressively flips its tail. Komodo may be many times more modest in size than a buffalo, but it can easily defeat it. Just a few slaps towards the buffalo, and the Komodo just waits for the worst to happen to the prey. At this point, the Komodo just calmly watched the buffalo slowly falling down. True to its calculations, now is the time for the buffalo to feel the pain that the venom runs through its body. The moment the buffalo lies down is when the Komodo just comes forward and eats his work. Will there be a clash between these two reptiles, the python and the lizard? The graceful slithers of the python will be the flexible footsteps of the lizard. Are they preparing to encounter each other? According to the footage being filmed, it looks very likely that these two animals are about to meet, and it is not the fact that they will have a fight. Try to guess which animal will be the delicious bait for the other. The python also slowly crawled into the cave that the lizard had just crawled down. What will await the lizard? The lizard's fate seems to have been decided. The python is in the process of tightening to take the life of its prey. The more the victim struggled to resist, the more it stimulated the python to tighten. Like any species, there will always be an internal conflict, and no exception for these two Komodo dragons. But just because these two are the same species, both of these Komodo dragons dodged the fatal blows perfectly. Maybe they will get bored and will separate themselves. This leopard is walking around to watch the lizards in the grass. They seem to be just spying on each other and don't really want a fight to happen. Even in the mud, the Komodo dragon didn't spare the poor little animal. Just one bite of the Komodo is enough to make the small cat fit in its mouth. The little cat squealed terribly and in pain, but no one can help it now. Again, the pitiful cry of the wild boar when attacked by the Komodo dragon. At this point, there is no hope left for the wild boar to survive. The wild boar was still struggling weakly when the Komodo smacked its neck, but that didn't change anything. When the young wild boar was no longer breathing, the Komodo took it to a suitable place to sip its prey. These two dogs are bullying the lizard together. Although smaller than two dogs, the lizard calmly dealt with them. Its tail alone is enough to control this confrontation. It's enough to see these two dogs are also very wary of the lizard's tail slapping hard on the ground. In the meadow appeared a very interesting chase of lizards and dogs. Maybe this dog is trying to drive the lizard out of its territory. This baby deer that looked like it was just born was somehow caught by the Komodo dragon. Even if he tried to run away with the strength of this animal just a few days old, it would soon be caught by the Komodo dragon. Just a gentle flick of his tail is enough to make the baby deer fall to the ground. The cry of the deer increases the Komodo's cold blood by 1,000 times. It must have been cornered for this deer to be able to get into the sea like that. It kept getting chased by the Komodo and biting its hind limbs. The moment it stopped, the venom was released, causing its hind limbs to stop working. Again, the eyes filled with helplessness and bewilderment of the prey every time it accepts that it will become a meal for others. What's more painful than having to endure the pain of being bitten by every fiber and not being able to do anything about it? It's true that the swamp killer with one hunt is enough to capture the lizard on the shore. It slowly draws its prey into the lake to make it easier for its enjoyment. Seeing that the prey also seemed quite stubborn, it gave the prey the feeling of being thrown extremely fiercely. It was instantly stunned, no longer able to resist. I don't know what game this crocodile is playing, but it doesn't decisively drag its prey into the riverbed. It even stood and watched the lizard crawl away. Luckily, the lizard wasn't taken from its life, but the wounds on its body must have taken a long time to heal. These are times when the Komodo is also in a weak position when it is alone. It's being chased closely by the dogs. A dog is still very brave to attack the Komodo dragon in the face, which is also a signal for other dogs to attack. Can you guess what the end of this Komodo dragon will be? It can be said that the small deer are always Komodo's top food. It doesn't take too much effort to take their lives with just one bite. Underwater, of course, the young deer will be more hindered than when on land, so it's not surprising that it is caught quickly. Now it's just a matter of bringing small things back to the shore to enjoy. This is probably the most difficult time for Komodos in the whole hunt. In a vacant lot, there is a conflict between dogs and lizards. As expected, they are arguing about whose territory this is. Then the dog also had to turn its back and leave first. This lizard was in a cave watching its eggs when an uninvited guest came over. Even though it was chased away, the python stubbornly moved forward again. But it seems to have the upper hand this time as it squirms up to wrap itself around the lizard. I wonder if something miraculous will happen to rescue the lizard and its eggs in its cave. With the instinct of a mother, it's always trying to get out of the python's grip so that it can save the children in its den. With 2 venom glands in its lower jaw, the Komodo dragon is a terror to many animals, including some birds. The goat is trying to escape, but maybe that just makes the Komodo dragon more excited and more aggressive. The Komodo dragon's big mouth is like a cosmic black hole that can swallow everything. With small animals like this, Komodo dragons always use their big mouth to eat the heads. Before biting the head of a wild boar, it seems that the Komodo dragon has bitten the lower abdomen of the pig. The pitiful cry of the piglet made the owner go out to witness, but also helplessly watch and can't do anything about it. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then all you have to do is click the like button and subscribe. And of course, if you've got any comments, you know where to leave them, in the comments below. Now, I really hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you again for another great adventure. Bye!